The world's eyes have been fixed on Europe and the Middle East. But quietly, in Asia, something far more dangerous may be taking shape. Two of the most powerful nations on Earth, the United States and India, are weaving a military partnership that could shift the balance of power across the Indo-Pacific. It isn't loud, it isn't flashy. But behind closed doors, deals are being signed, strategies drafted, and weapons transferred. And if you're not paying attention, you might miss the quiet game changer in Asia. The beginning of a new alliance. For decades, the United States and India kept each other at arm's length. During the Cold War, Washington sided with Pakistan, while India leaned closer to the Soviet Union. The two countries cooperated occasionally, but deep mistrust lingered. That changed in the 21st century. As China's rise transformed Asia, Washington and New Delhi found themselves with a common concern: Beijing's growing military power. And now the US-India military partnership has reached its most critical stage yet. The big deal. What was signed? The US and India have signed a series of defense agreements that may sound technical but are revolutionary. These include BECA, Basic Exchange and Cooperation Agreement. Gives India access to advanced US geospatial intelligence, satellite data, and navigation systems. This means Indian missiles and drones can strike with pinpoint accuracy. LMOA, Logistics Exchange Memorandum of Agreement, allows both countries' militaries to use each other's bases for refueling and supplies. US ships and aircraft can dock in India, and Indian forces can access US facilities worldwide. COMCASA, Communications Compatibility and Security Agreement, provides India with encrypted communications equipment, linking their systems directly with US forces. It makes Indian and American militaries far more interoperable. These sound like acronyms, but put together, they are the foundation of a military alliance, without calling it one. The weapons and technology transfer. Alongside these agreements, Washington has cleared the sale of high-tech drones, fighter jet technology, and advanced surveillance systems. India is also co-producing military equipment with the US, from jet engines to naval weapons. This isn't just about buying American weapons, it's about locking India into a US-led defense network, where information, logistics, and technology flow both ways. Why it matters. The China factor. To understand why this deal matters, look east to China. Beijing has been expanding aggressively, building artificial islands in the South China Sea, expanding its navy at record speed, pressuring Taiwan militarily and diplomatically, and pushing into the Indian border, where deadly clashes erupted in 2020. For Washington, India is the perfect counterbalance. With its massive population, growing economy, and geographic position, India can pressure China from the west, while the US applies pressure from the east. This is why US officials call India a linchpin of the Indo-Pacific strategy. And it's why Beijing watches every US-India deal with suspicion. The silent signal to Pakistan. But China isn't the only one paying attention. Pakistan, India's longtime rival, is watching nervously. For decades, Pakistan relied on US support. But now, Washington has shifted its bets. Islamabad finds itself pulled closer to China, while India grows closer to America. This creates a dangerous triangle. US plus India on one side, China plus Pakistan on the other. In case of conflict, whether at the Himalayas or the South China Sea, these alignments could spark something far bigger. The hidden risks. On paper, the deal looks like a win-win. India gains technology and support. The US gains a powerful partner, but it also carries risks. India has a long tradition of non-alignment. It resists becoming anyone's pawn. Will this deal push India too close to Washington's orbit? Russia has historically supplied most of India's weapons. As New Delhi leans toward US systems, Moscow may retaliate by moving closer to China. And there's the risk of escalation. The more integrated US and Indian militaries become, the higher the chance that a border clash with China could drag Washington directly into conflict. The Indo-Pacific chessboard. Think of Asia as a chessboard. On one side, the US, Japan, Australia, and now India, forming the Quad. On the other, China, Pakistan, and Russia, quietly aligning. Each side builds alliances, moves pieces, and tests red lines. The US-India military deal is not just a piece, it's a queen, a powerful move that changes the entire game. What comes next? The quiet buildup continues. More joint exercises, more intelligence sharing, more technology transfers. For now, Washington and New Delhi avoid the word alliance. But the reality is clear. In Asia, the US and India are preparing for a future where conflict with China is not just possible, but perhaps inevitable. Will this deal keep the peace by deterring Beijing? Or will it accelerate an arms race that pushes Asia closer to war? That's the question no one wants to answer. Do you think the US-India military deal is a smart move for stability or a dangerous step toward conflict? Share your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Avenza Void for more stories where hidden deals, secret strategies, and global power games shape the world we live in.